Former head of state and presidential aspirant of the All Progressive Congress (APC), General Muhammadu Buhari, has submitted his nomination form and expression of interest to the party secretariat in Abuja. The national chairman of the party, John Oyegun, while receiving the form, said General Buhari was the third presidential aspirant of the party to have submitted his form. He described General Buhari as one of the vigilant Nigeria that has offered himself to serve the people on the platform of the party to change the country's fortune. Oyegun said the party was busy working and preparing to take over government come next year.
All the point I want to make is that God himself is taking a hand in ensuring that there is change in this nation by ensuring the gradual revelation, unveiling of all those forces that are responsible for the travails that this nation has been going through in the last few months.
General Buhari said he has followed the due process by collecting and filling the form as well as submitting it to the party.
I am pleased that the forms have been duly filled. I think my signature is easiest to be recognized. Anybody who learns ABCD can read the signature. It's not complex. There's no need having a complex signature if you can't sign complex checks.
Also speaking on the National Assembly face-off with Nigerian police, General Buhari described the presence of police and other law enforcement agents as abnormal.
It's a distressing situation where those who are supposed to protect the Constitution are those that are undermining it. That place, the House of Representatives and the Senate House, they are sacred places. They shouldn't go there. The members of law enforcement agents shouldn't go there, much less fire tear gas and harass them. They are breaking down, as far as I understand, they are undermining the whole Constitution. And if they are undermining the Constitution, who is going to correct things when things go bad?
Two presidential aspirants are still being expected to return their nomination and express of interest form before the party primary next month. From Abuja, Muyiwa Bamdele reporting.
In continuation of the process of honoring and celebrating the top 100 businesses in Nigeria, the Presidential Assessment and Selection Committee has taken a step further to publicly announce and give a hint on some of the names that made the list of the top 100 businesses and organizations in the country. During the public presentation of some of the names that made the list in Abuja, the chairman of the committee, Mr. Jim Obaze, who doubles as the executive secretary of the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, said that these companies were carefully selected after a rigorous exercise to make sure that only those companies who merit the list are actually honored.
We are celebrating entities that are doing very well, that are promoting the interests of Nigeria and are promoting the interests of Nigerians. The first point that we want to leave in our minds is that the celebration of these institutions will promote business enterprise in Nigeria. It will also foster socio-economic development and definitely will lead to the general well-being of Nigerians. But we are not giving you the entire list. Some of the leaders include Chevron from the oil and gas industry. We have the MTN in the telecoms, also Globalcon in the telecoms. We have First Bank in the banking industry. We have surprises as well. For instance, we have Dolphin Foods. Of course, flour mills and UAC, they are part of the list.
On the selection process, the chairman said there are laid down criteria and benchmarks that are used world over, which they also adopted and improved on.
In taking decisions of this nature, there are international benchmarks. The international benchmarks are set by International Integrated Reporting Council. There are 5 of such benchmarks. The first one is to look at the strategic focus of the organization. You look at the connectivity of information, which is a second benchmark. You look at to what extent do they have responsiveness and shareholders inclusiveness? Then you track down a final point for them, their future orientation. But in our own assessment of the top 100, we went beyond this. We looked at the taxes paid over a period of time. That's why the Federal Inland Revenue Service is on the board. We also looked at the employment they are generating and they have generated. We look at the level of investment they have in Nigeria, and then their contribution in terms of social responsibility. But if you have a known scandal, like you maltreat your staff and you have a labor relations issue, definitely you will not make the list. You are not on the list. Then there are some that are also scoped out. For instance, entities who may have very large turnover, but they are just traders. They buy and sell. So we cannot really see the employment there. So you are just moving funds around.
On the issue of whether these organizations will relent after the honors and the benefit of this to the country, the chairman said the list is not automatic every year, as organizations have to live up to expectation to be able to get into the list in subsequent years.
It entails first that they will be recognized. Two, it entails that if they are be generating employment, incidentally, they should not generate it intentionally. Because you may be part of top 100 in 2014, you may not be part of top 100 in 2015. Because the 100 number remains, but people will aspire in and some will be dropping out. Then it also entails some forms of other recognitions. For instance, we have a web page that will be celebrating their products.
According to him, while some scored very high in some areas, others scored very low but still made it to the list. From Abuja, I am Festus Ejirog Enefifen for Ben Television News.
Special Advisor to the President on Social Development and Special Duties, Mrs. Sarah Payne, has advised parents to teach morals to their children to avoid being burdens to the society. She gave the advice in Abuja when some group paid her a courtesy visit to mark this year's United Nations International Day of Elimination of Violence Against Women.
There is need to liaise with law enforcement agencies to bring the case to the fore it is done. So we are all working together according to the rights.
On the recent insurgent activities in the northeast Nigeria, Mrs. Payne said parents have the responsibility of training their children in order to avoid being indoctrinated by societal pressure.
So I still believe that naturally women is not violent, and there must be a lot of deception to get them to do what they are doing, or just for economic reasons. So I still want to come out to speak with a loud voice to parents, to mothers, to fathers, that we need to be on the watch out. It is not in our society, actually, the girls are not as free anyway to roam around as the boys naturally.
25th November every year has been set aside to raise awareness and campaign to end violence against women. Report has it that 1 out of 4 women experience physical or sexual violence in their lifetime. Some women who spoke with Ben TV frowned at the increased rate of violence against women.
Today, my message to everybody is that we should try and respect women, because women are very important in the society, and both the men and women should try as much as they can to prevent every violence against women. Sometimes this domestic violence comes out of, poor self-worth, even within the women. And then the men just think, okay, you're just laying here lazy, you don't do anything, you don't support me, what are you there for? I'm not saying it's an excuse for the men to do it, but it does promote it. So women should work on their self-worth, on their self-esteem.
This means that he has also seen, as a matter of fact, that there's a need for a stop to violence against women.
LM Chugwamika reports for Ben TV.
The Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria says it is collaborating with the Federal Road Safety Commission to ensure sanity on the nation's highways during the Yuletide season. The association's president, Musa Shehu, also said the association is working out measures to ensure that drivers are prevented from drinking alcohol. He added that their collaboration intends to reduce the rate of accidents on the highways and ensure road users abide by traffic regulations.
That we work with the road safety. That we work with road safety to control that speed limit. And the area we are operating, that's also a committee. If a vehicle should they'll be interacting with the driver, so they perceive any alcohol smelling or odor from his mouth, they will press passenger. I've been doing that. And I advise my member not to increase transport because these are the people who carry 247 throughout the year. Nobody should increase transport. So in my area, we are not increasing. And I also call my people, so you know that they should know that nobody has speed keys. Don't take alcohol while driving and don't answer phone while driving. These are the things that cause accidents.
Musa Shehu, who is a strong supporter to President Goodluck Jonathan's re-election, disclosed that the association had made case for the construction of modern motor parks with bomb detector equipment, as it is done in other developed countries.
I've been shouting for modern motor park because in Nigeria we don't have modern motor park. The park we have is just fence around, no facility, nothing. What we mean by modern motor park, all the facilities is going to be there. Visit South Africa, go to Spain, go to visit South Africa. There will be CCTV, there will be security. You cannot enter the park with anything that they will not detect it. The park we have in Nigeria, just look where we just fence it around and get us up, go toilet. Nothing. If we shall not even have outposts, police outposts. In the park, with the situation we are now, is to construct modern motor park with all equipment. Let all the security present will be there, fire brigade have to be there, police have to be there, SARS have to be there, bomb detector have to be there, the bomb explosive have to be there, have office there, then there will be CCTV. So if you are coming in with anything, CCTV will detect it. So when you are talking motor park, we have motor park. What we have is the fenced space called motor park.
Awesome Raphael, Ben TV, Abuja, Nigeria.